Hey, I'm Zach. That's Katie, Matt, Wells, and Riley. And this is my speech. Hey, do you know the basic fundamentals of golf? Well, if you don't, you're in for a treat. Because I'm Zach Jones, and I'm going to explain to you the proper technique to a perfect golf swing. There are many things you may or may not know about golf, but the golf swing is probably the most important thing. Okay, so first off, I need to let you know that golf is not for everyone. Golf is for very patient people who like to get better, and it's very technical. So I would listen up because this may blow your mind. Interesting fact of the day. Did you know the golf ball is on the club face at impact for 4/10,000ths of a second? That's faster than a snap. So if you'd like to listen to me talking about how to improve your game and become a professional golfer, listen up and hear my 3 fundamentals of golf. So the first one is your takeaway. Second, your wrist hinge. And thirdly is your hip movement, okay? So first, let's talk about the takeaway. This is the most important part of the golf swing. This sets you up for the rest of your golf swing. So, first off, you want to be able to move your whole body together, okay? So a simple drill you can do is putting the club grip against your belly button and just turning, okay? It's supposed to be an extension of your belly button along with your hips and your whole body. So it's a one-piece takeaway. Your wrist angle does not move. It stays the same until about your inner thigh, okay? So here's a good, I do it from this view, right here. The club face is a same angle as your back, and your left wrist angle has not changed, okay? Another thing is your right hand. A lot of golfers tend to roll over, which causes the right hand to get on the bottom, which will cause a lot of mishits and shanks. So you want to be able to keep this right hand on top, left hand angle staying the same, and your body moving at one piece, okay? So they say the first 18 inches of the golf swing is the most important. I mean, it does set up the swing, and the last 18 inches are the most important. So if you got the first 18 inches, you got 1 out of the 2. So, okay? So let's talk about the wrist hinge. This is what I like, one of my favorite parts of the golf swing. I think it makes your swing either look really good or it makes it really bad. So you have some people who will swing and do this, okay? You could call this casting. You just can't set yourself up for the rest of the swing. So how I like to think about it, okay? One-piece takeaway, angles, your angles are good. Then just fold your right elbow to a proper hinge, okay? Rule of thumb is you want your left arm at 9 o'clock to be 90 degrees to the floor, and your club head to be 90 degrees to the grass, okay? And another important tip is you want the butt of the club to stay inside the ball, because they say, you know, if you say you come too steep, you're gonna flatten out. But if you come too flat, you're gonna steepen out going down. So if you can keep it inside the golf ball, you will have the perfect swing plane and be able to set yourself up for a good shot. Another way to think about it is chopping wood. You don't chop wood like this or like this. You chop wood like that. So if you can just pick the club up and do this, that's your perfect wrist hinge, okay? So we talked about the wrist hinge and the one-piece takeaway. I demonstrate it for you one more time. one piece takeaway, body moving together, extension of your belly button, angles good, wrist hinge, 9 o'clock, 90 degrees to the floor. Okay? So lastly, we're going to talk about the hip movement. This is what they say is one of the most important parts besides the takeaway. You know, it's all in your hips. Okay? So how I like to think about it, this sets your one piece takeaway up as well. Your hips, your arms, shoulders, and your hands move together all at one piece, okay? So your hips move, set your swing up, wrist hinge, and then if you turn your hips at about 35 degrees, looking at your belt, you will be able to get through the ball a lot easier, okay? Say you want to, overturn your hips, it's going to be a lot harder to get through the ball because, it's all about timing as well. Okay? So, as I was saying, the hips, another thing about the hips is they don't move like a screwdriver, they kind of move on a lateral plane that, your left hip should be steeping a little bit steeper to the ground, okay? So more like this instead of this, okay? All right, so today we talked about the one piece takeaway, the wrist hinge, and the hip movement, the 3 most important parts in golf. So, I could tell you about your grip or your eye contact, but those are the basic fundamentals, and this lesson's for people who want to be professionals, okay? So, again, talk about the one piece takeaway, wrist hinge, hip movement, okay? So, next time you're on the course, you can do these 3 fundamentals of golf, your game will increase to potentially professionally, okay? Have a good one.